Natlan has arrived in Genshin Impact and, just like many regions before it, the devs have stuffed secret areas far below the map. Places of the kind you usually visit just once during a world quest and then never see again. Places where you're usually confined to a tiny circular area, despite the gargantuan size of the place. Let's dig below the map and see what all Natlan is hiding, and take to exploring these locations without being confined to those tiny circular arenas. 1. Edge of Catastrophe. Natlan had just gone live, and I was already prepared for Out of Bounds. Unfortunately, they did the whole Fontaine thing again, where a narrow strip of land connects the region to the rest of the map. Needless to say, it was a long glide to reach Natlan. And really, what was I even aiming for? That rectangle seemed about the only thing I'd be able to reach. Imagine my surprise when, yep, you are not seeing things, a cavern of lava appeared briefly on the screen. Once it properly loaded in, I found myself at the Edge of Catastrophe. I should say now that I've not done any world or Archon quests in Natlan at the time of this video, so as to the significance of these locations, I'll simply be taking my best guess. This one here, it screams World Quest! This place is huge, yet I'd bet money that this floating platform here, which looks conveniently circular, is the only spot the game lets you play in, likely for a single battle, and then you're whisked away, never to set foot here again. They've sealed it up tightly with invisible walls, as if to keep people inside. Yes, I'm very certain this bet is in my favor. Unlike elsewhere, the lava here doesn't deal damage, at least not in-game, because, oh boy, does it hurt the eyes. How is it so bright? I mean, I guess it won't be bright for you because I've dimmed it during editing. You're welcome. What a super cool place. Super hot place. Reminds me of the background of the Taishan Mansion domain in Liyue. If we could get an entire underground area, a complex network of tunnels and chambers styled like this in a future Natlan expansion, then that would be absolutely awesome. 2. Isle of Ruins. Had I a nickel for each time a game featured desolate ruins in a serene landscape, set to gorgeous music, I'd actually have a whole dollar by now, because it happens quite often. A title didn't appear when I dropped into this location, so I'm not sure of its name. It's a ruin of some sort. The island isn't very big. Everything is encased by invisible walls, and as you've probably already noticed, there's a ceiling too. I wasn't able to get in. Towards one side of the island are these golden symbols. They form a trail out into the water, but again, invisible walls and a ceiling keep players out, or in if you happen to be here as part of whatever quest it is. Which is a shame, because it's a great spot to take a stroll across the water with Farina. I can only hope this isn't a one-time location, because it just might end up being my favorite in all of Natlan. 3. Natlan's Nail. This one's gotta be Archon quest related, yeah? I mean, if you can't already tell by the title, it seems to be very important. Far below the Amayalko waters at the lowest part of Genshin's map lies the depths of the Night Kingdom. What an intimidating place. The nail is just floating there. Doesn't seem to have struck anything like in Dragonspine or the Chasm, and it doesn't seem to be sealing away anything like in Sumeru. So, almost seems active, like its power is being siphoned. Anyways, I'm sure I'll find out once I actually do the Archon quest. As for the area, it's full of barriers that divide up what would otherwise be a large, traversable landscape. Each of these monoliths can be walked up to, though I wasn't able to interact with them. The main pillar can also be reached. Really wanted to climb atop it, but it's the kind of surface that doesn't let the player land on it. If you happen to be an out-of-bounds explorer yourself, and are wondering how you've not come across these locations yet, then you should know that all three of the places we've talked about are invisible until you stumble into them. You won't see any sign of them while looking below the map. And if you do find them, the in-game map will show you false information regarding your location. This is similar to how some of Fontaine's underground areas are misplaced on the map. Here are their actual locations. Because they're invisible, it's possible I've missed one. But for now, that wraps up the major underground areas of Natlan. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty more that are tied to world quests. In fact, I stumbled into many world quests by breaking into said places and then working my way backwards to the intended entrance. Heck, one of them even started playing cutscenes for a quest I hadn't even begun. Think that's the first time it's ever happened, and believe me when I say I've broken into just about every single quest location in this game before starting said quests. If you enjoyed the video, do make sure to subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at Moosashi. This is Moosashi, signing off. Till next time.